The dignitaries have arrived on auditorium. ಕನ್ನಡ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿ ನಾಟಕ ಮತ್ತು ಚಲನಚಿತ್ರ ಲೋಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಅತ್ಯುನ್ನತ ಸ್ಥಾನವನ್ನು ಅಲಂಕರಿಸಿರುವ PS ನಾಗಾಭರಣರವರು ಅವರಿಗೆ ವೇದಿಕೆಯ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಆತ್ಮೀಯ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. We extend a warm and respectful welcome to Shri Ramadhaji, who is a distinguished speaker, author, national leader, whose vision and wisdom have always continued to inspire the nation. I also welcome ನಮ್ಮ ದಾಸರಳ್ಳಿ ಭಾಗದ ಸಂಘ ಚಾಲಕರಾಗಿರುವಂಥ ಶಿವಲಿಂಗರವರನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ವೇದಿಕೆಗೆ ಆಹ್ವಾನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ನಮ್ಮೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ವೇದಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಗಣ್ಯರನ್ನ ಭಾರತ ಮಾತೆಗೆ ಪುಷ್ಪಾರ್ಚನೆಯನ್ನ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರ ಮೂಲಕ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಪ್ರಾರಂಭಿಸಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಐ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ದ dignitaries to please join us in offering the flowers to the lotus feet of Bharat Mata. I request you all to join by giving a big round of applause while offering the flowers to Bharat Mata. May the applause be louder as if you are shouting the flowers to the mother. Thank you very much. Now, I take the privilege to welcome Shri C.V. Shanekji, who is the convener of Manthana, to welcome and introduce the dignitaries on the dais.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ತೆ. ಈ ಕ್ರೌಡ್ ನೋಡುವಾಗ ತುಂಬ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗ್ತಾಯಿದೆ. 99 ಮಂಥನ ಮಾಡಿ ಇವತ್ತು 100 ಮಂಥನ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ತಲುಪಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ನಾನು 99 ಮಂಥನ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಏನು ಅನ್ನಿಸಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಏನು ಗೆಸ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡೋದು, ಒಂದು ಏನಾದರೂ ಗಿಫ್ಟ್ ಕೊಡೋದು, ಮತ್ತು ಏನು ಕಾಯಿನ್ ಹೋಗಿ ನಾನು ಅಷ್ಟು ಮಂಥನ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ನನಗೆ ಅನ್ನಿಸೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ 100 ಮಂಥನಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ತುಂಬ ಸಂತೋಷ. 2010-11ರಲ್ಲಿ ದಾಸರಳ್ಳಿ ಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಂಥನ ಇದ್ದಿಲ್ಲ, ಮಂಥನ ವೇದಿಕೆ. ನನಗೆ ಗಂಗಾಧರ್ಜಿಯವರು ಮತ್ತು ಜಯಪ್ರಕಾಶ್ ಅವರು ಉತ್ತೇಜನ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೆಬ್ಬಾಳಿ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ರು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಂಥನ ಇದೆ, ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದೆ ಅಂತ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದು ನನಗೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಂಥನ ಇದೆ, ನೀವು ಹೋಗಿ ಅಂತ. ನಾನು ಒಂದು 8-10 ಮಂಥನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಬಂದೆ. ಮತ್ತು ನೀಲಾದ್ರಿ ಮತ್ತು ಜಯಪ್ರಕಾಶ್ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಹಾಗೆ ಆಯೋಜನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ನಮ್ಮದು ಒಂದನೇ ಮಂಥನ ಸೆಪ್ಟೆಂಬರ್ 2012 ಯೋಗ ಕೇಂದ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಯೋಗ ಮತ್ತು ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಅಫೇರ್ಸ್ ಆ ವಿಷಯದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಸತತವಾಗಿ 13 ವರ್ಷ ಇವತ್ತು ಈ ಮಂಥನ ಮಾಡಿ 100ಗೆ ಮುಂಚಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಈಗ ನಾನು ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಫ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಟಿಗಳಾದ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಸರ್ಗಳಾದ ಗ್ರಾಮದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕಿರುಪರಿಚಯ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡ್ತೇನೆ. ವಾರಣಾಸಿ ಗ್ರಾಮದ ವಾಣಿ East Godavari district of Andhra Pradesh on 22 August 1964. He is electrical engineer from Andhra Pradesh. He is a postgraduate in political science from the University of Mysore. We are proud to sir, the friend in Karnataka. He served as the National General Secretary of Bharatiya Janata Party. He is a member of the National Executive of the Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh and worked as journalist for answers conference publications and authored many books over 15. His latest book is Uneasy Neighbors, India and China after 50 years of the war. His association with the Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh began when he was 15 years old. In 1981, he has become a full-time worker for RSS and was subsequently assigned to various key positions within the Sangh. He served as the editor of Bharatiya Janata, a monthly magazine. He was also associate editor of Jagrati, a Telugu weekly. Mr. Madhav is an Indian politician and social leader. Dr. Madhav is currently the President of India Foundation, a New Delhi-based think tank. Previously, he has served as a National General Secretary of the BJP from 2014 to 20 and handles affairs of the Jammu and Kashmir for the party. A renowned strategic thinker and author, Dr. Madhav has to his credits a diverse set of publications spanning multiple domains and disciplines. Some of his most recent works include The New World 21st Century Global Order in India, Our Constitution, Our Right, The Indian Reality, Partition Freedom, and Hindutva Paradigm, amongst others. As a political philosopher and geopolitical observer, and as a prolific speaker, Dr. Madhav has addressed various multinational forums across the world. Additionally, he served as a member of the Board of Governors at India Foundation, a think tank based in New Delhi that focuses on issues, challenges, and opportunities of Indian politics. He is also a mentor at Vision India Foundation, a New Delhi-based organization dedicated to promoting a public leadership among the young. Sri Madhav was a national spokesperson for RSS from 2003 to 2014. He was seconded to Bharatiya Janata Party when he was appointed as one of its National General Secretary. Sri Madhav joined BJP in the presence of BJP President Sri Amit Shah on 10th July 2014. During his tenure, Madhav has credited with playing a significant role in the rise of the BJP in Northeast India and building alliances with other local parties. He was in charge of elections to the Assembly of Jammu and Kashmir. Today, we are very fortunate to get such a prestigious person to Manthana. I request Mr. Naveen to give a bouquet to him as a token of welcome. ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳಾದ ಟಿ.ಎಸ್. ನಾಗಾಭರಣ ಅವರ ಪರಿಚಯ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಟಿ.ಎಸ್. ನಾಗಾಭರಣ ಎಂಬ ಕರೆಯಲ್ಪಡುವ ಇವರು ಕನ್ನಡ ಚಲನಚಿತ್ರೋತ್ಸವದ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಚಲನಚಿತ್ರ ನಿರ್ದೇಶಕರು ಮತ್ತು ಸಮಾನಾಂತರ ಸಿನಿಮಾ ವಕ್ತರು. ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಹಿನಿಯ ಮತ್ತು ಸಮಾನಾಂತರ ಸಿನಿಮಾ ಪ್ರಕಟಣೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅಡ್ಡ ಹಾಯುವ ಕೆಲವೇ ಚಲನಚಿತ್ರಗಳ ನಿರ್ದೇಶಕರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬರು. ಟಿ.ಎಸ್. ನಾಗಾಭರಣ ಅವರು ಜನವರಿ 23, 1953 ಎಂದು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಮೈಸೂರು ಜಿಲ್ಲೆ ತಲಕಾಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಜನಿಸಿದರು. ಇವರು ಚಾಮರಾಜಪೇಟೆ ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಷನ್ ಶಾಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಶಿಕ್ಷಣವನ್ನು ಪೂರ್ಣಗೊಳಿಸಿದರು. ಅವರು ಹಲವಾರು ರಂಗಭೂಮಿ ವಿಪಟ್ಟಗಳಿಗೆ, ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಮೈಸೂರು ರಂಗಾಯಣ ಮತ್ತು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಬೆನಕ ರಂಗಭೂಮಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂದಿನ ವಿವಾದಗಳಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರು ದೂರದರ್ಶನ ಮತ್ತು ಇತರ ಚಾನಲ್ಗಳಿಗಾಗಿ ಹಲವಾರು ಧಾರಾವಾಹಿಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಇತರ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ನಿರ್ದೇಶಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಕಳೆದ 40 ವರ್ಷಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ನಟಿಸಿದ 34 ಚಲನಚಿತ್ರಗಳಲ್ಲಿ 34 ಕನ್ನಡ ಚಿತ್ರಗಳಲ್ಲಿ 20 ಚಿತ್ರಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ, ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ, ರಾಜ್ಯ ಮತ್ತು ಇತರ ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿಗಳನ್ನು ಪಡೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರನ್ನು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಚಲನಚಿತ್ರ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ರಾಜ್ಯ ಚಲನಚಿತ್ರ ಅಕಾಡೆಮಿ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರನ್ನಾಗಿ ನಾಮನಿರ್ದೇಶನ ಮಾಡಲಾಯಿತು. ಪ್ರಸ್ತುತ ಅವರು ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಕನ್ನಡ ಅಭಿವೃದ್ಧಿ ಪ್ರಾಧಿಕಾರದ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸಂಧ್ಯಾಪಾಳ್ಯ, ಕತೆ ಬೆಳಕು, ಸಕಲನ ಸಾಗುವುದು, ಜೋಕುಮಾರಸ್ವಾಮಿ, ಇಡೀ ಪ್ಲಸ್, ಸತ್ತವನೆರಡು, ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಪಾರಿಜಾತ, ತಿಂಗಳ ಗುಂಟಣ್ಣ, ಮುಂದಿನ ಅಯೋಧನ ಮುಂತಾದ ನಾಟಕಗಳನ್ನು ನಿರ್ದೇಶಿಸಿ ನಡೆಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ರಂಗಭೂಮಿಯಲ್ಲಿನ ಸಾಧನೆಗಾಗಿ ಇವರು ಭಾರತ ಸರ್ಕಾರದಿಂದ ಚಿನ್ನದ ಪದಕವನ್ನು ಪಡೆದರು. ಅವರು ಬೆನಕ ಎಂಬ ನಾಟಕ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾಪಕರು. ಅವರು ಸಂಘಟನೆ, ಬರವಣಿಗೆ, ಸಂಯೋಜನೆ, ಕ್ಯಾಮರಾ ಕೆಲಸ, ಬೆಳಕು, ಕಲೆ, ನಟನೆ, ಸಂಪಾದನೆ ಮತ್ತು ನಿರ್ದೇಶನಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಶ್ರುತಾಲಯ ಎಂಬ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯನ್ನು ಸಹ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭಿಸಿದರು. ನಾಗಾಭರಣ 9 ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಮತ್ತು 14 ರಾಜ್ಯ ಪ್ರಶಸ್ತಿಗಳನ್ನು ಗೆದ್ದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವರು ಯಾವಾಗ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ 1992, 94, 2003 ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಬೇಕಲ್ಲ. ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಫಿಲ್ಮ್ ಅವಾರ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕನ್ನಡ ಫಿಲ್ಮ್ ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್ 97, 79, 90, 2008 ಫಿಲ್ಮ್ ಫ್ಯಾನ್ ಅವಾರ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟರ್, 1983 ಫಿಲ್ಮ್ ಫ್ಯಾನ್ ಅವಾರ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಮೂವಿ ಅವಾರ್ಡ್. It is 1978 Best Film for Mass Integration, Grahana, won the National Award for this film. Grahana, Best Screenplay. 1987 Mysore Nalini. 1993 Chinnagamonda. 96 Nagamandala. Janmada Jodi, 96. Then 2003 Singapore. Nagabanda has won the Best Regional Film Award for Singapore. Chiguvita Kansu, Kallari Kovali. ಅಲ್ಲದೆ 2017ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ ಮತ್ತು KGF ಅವರಿಗೆ ಅವಾರ್ಡ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ಮತ್ತು ಇವರು ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮೆಡಲ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಫಾರ್ ಅಚೀವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಥಿಯೇಟರ್. ಮತ್ತು ಪುಟ್ಟಣ ಕಣಗಾಲ ಆದೃಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಮೆಡಲ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ಜನ್ಮದ ಜೋಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇವರಿಗೆ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಅವಾರ್ಡ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ, ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡಿಂಗ್ ಫಿಲ್ಮ್ ಫ್ಯಾನ್ ಅವಾರ್ಡ್, ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಜೂನಿಯರ್ ಅವಾರ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್. International program recognition, 8 of his films have been selected for Indian Kannada section at International Film Festival. ಇವತ್ತು ನಟನೆ ನೀವು ನೋಡಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಪುನಃ ನಿಮಗೆ ನೋಡಬೇಕಂತಾದ್ರೆ GTV ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ರಾತ್ರಿ 8ರಿಂದ 8:30 ತನಕ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ನೋಡಿ. ಇಂಥ ಮಹಾನುಭಾವರು ವಶಿಷ್ಠ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟರ್ಗೆ ವಿಲನ್ ಮತ್ತು ಪೋಷಕನಾಗಿ ಅವರ ನಟನೆ ಅತ್ಯದ್ಭುತ. ನಾನು ಸೀರಿಯಲ್ ಯಾವುದು ನೋಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಸೀರಿಯಲ್ ನೋಡೋದು ನಮಗೆ ಟೈಮು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಬೇರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗೆ ನಮ್ಮದು ಇಂಥ ಮಹಾನುಭಾವರು ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ದು ನಾವು ಪುಣ್ಯ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ಇವರಿಗೆ ಸತ್ಯನಾರಾಯಣ ಗೋಪಾಲ್ ಅವರು ಬುಕ್ಕಿ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಂತ ಆಮಂತ್ರಿಸಿದರು. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮಹಾನುಭಾವರು ಶ್ರೀ ಶಿವಲಿಂಗ ಹೇಳಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ದಾಸರಿಂದ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮಾಡೋದು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ. ಶಿವನೆಲ್ಲ ಡಿಫೆನ್ಸ್ ಕಮ್ಮನೆಲ್ಲ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾರನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿ ದಾಸರಲ್ಲಿ ಶಿವಲಿಂಗ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವಾಗ ಮಂಜುನಾಥ್ ಮೆಟಲ್ ಇನಿಷಿಯೇಟಿವ್ ಮಾಲೀಕರು ಹಾಗೂ ಮಂಜುನಾಥ್ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಕೋಆಪರೇಟಿವ್ ಸೊಸೈಟಿಯ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾಪಕರು ಶ್ರೀಗಳು ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಸ್ವಯಂಸೇವಕ ಸಂಘ ದಾಸರಳ್ಳಿ ಭಾಗದ ಮಾನ್ಯ ಸಂಘಚಾಲಕರು, ಎಲೆ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ನ ನಿರ್ದೇಶಕರು, ಜನಸೇವಾ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳ ವಿಶ್ವಸ್ತ ಮಂಡಳಿ ಸದಸ್ಯರು. ಇವರಿಗೆ ಮಂಥನ ದಾಸರಳ್ಳಿ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ಅದ್ಭುತವಾದ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಕೋರುತ್ತೇವೆ. ಈ 100 ಮಂತನ ನೀವಿಲ್ಲದ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರ. ನೀವು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸಮಯವನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ರಹಿಸಿ ಬಂದು ಆಸೀನರಾಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕವಾದ ಮತ್ತು ಫೋಟೋಗ್ರಾಫರ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರತಿನಿಧಿಗಳು ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಫೋಟೋಗ್ರಾಫರ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವರಿಗೂ ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಕ್ಷಣಜಿ. ತುಂಬ ಸರ್ತಿ ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮೇಲಿರೋರು ಯಾರು ಅಂತಂದಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ಯಾಂಪ್ಲೆಟಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೆದಿರುವಂತಹ 2 ಸಾಲುಗಳು ಮಾತ್ರ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಆದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ ಇರುವಂಥವ್ರು ಹಿಮಾಲಯ ಗಾತ್ರದ ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡಿದಂಥವ್ರು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾದಾಗ ಅವ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂಥ, ಅವ್ರ ಮಾತನ್ನ ಕೇಳುವಂಥ ತವಕ ಕೂಡ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಪರಿಚಯವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಂಥ ಕ್ಷಣಜಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. 99 ಮಂಥನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳು ಏನಾಗಿರ್ಬಹುದು? 99 ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ಒಂದೆರಡು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಇದು ಮಿಸ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಕೇಳಿರ್ತೀವಿ, ಕೇಳಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೂ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೇನು ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ಆಲಿಸಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವ ಹಾದಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದನ್ನ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂಥ ತವಕ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲೂ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಒಂದು ಪುಟ್ಟ ಸಾಕ್ಷ್ಯ ಚಿತ್ರವನ್ನ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ ಪ್ರಸ್ತುತಪಡಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ವಿಡಿಯೋ to have the glimpse about the journey of Manthana Karyakrama from the past 99 episodes.
ವಿಷಯ ಪರಿಣಿತರು ಈ ಮಂಥನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳಿಗೆ ಒಟ್ಟಾವರಾಗಿ ಆಗಮಿಸಿ ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಕಾರಾತ್ಮಕ ಚಿಂತನೆಗೆ ತಮ್ಮ ಕೊಡುಗೆಯನ್ನು ನೀಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸಮುದ್ರ ಮಂಥನದ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಧನಾತ್ಮಕ ಮತ್ತು ಗುಣಾತ್ಮಕ ಎರಡೂ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದರೋ ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲೂ ಸಹ ಅನೇಕ ಸಲ ಸಕಾರಾತ್ಮಕ ಹಾಗೂ ನಕಾರಾತ್ಮಕ ವಿಚಾರಗಳು ಏಳುತ್ತಿರುತ್ತವೆ. ಅವುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದನ್ನು ಆಯ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಸಮಾಜವನ್ನು ಸಚ್ಚಿಂತನೆಯ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಕೊಂಡೊಯ್ಯುವುದೇ ಮಂಥನದ ಉದ್ದೇಶ. ಮಹಾಮಾರಿ ಕೊರೋನಾ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲೂ ಸಹ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಮಂಥನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳನ್ನು ಆಯೋಜಿಸಿ ಸಮಾಜದಲ್ಲಿ ಪರಿವರ್ತನೆಗೆ ಈ ವೇದಿಕೆ ಕಾರಣವಾಗಿದೆ. ಮಂಥನ ಇದು ವಿಚಾರಗಳ ಮಂಥನ. ಸಂಘ ಶತಾಬ್ದಿಯ ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಣವ ಮಂಥನ ವೇದಿಕೆ ಕೂಡ ತನ್ನ 3ನೇ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಿರುವುದು ವಿಶೇಷ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಮಿಸಿದ ಸಮಾಜದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಜ್ಜನ ಬಂಧುಗಳಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತ.
ಮೊದಲನೇ ಪೋಸ್ಟರಿಂದ ಕೊನೆಯ GIF ವರ್ಗವನ್ನು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಆಕರ್ಷಕವಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಎಷ್ಟೊಂದೆಲ್ಲ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು, ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಒಂದು ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಭಾವನೆಯೂ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿತ್ತು. ಆದರೆ ನೋಡಲೇದನ್ನಂತೂ ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲೇ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಭಾವದಿಂದ ತಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಈಗ ಮುಂದುವರಿಸೋಣ. ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಶೋಭೆ ಕೊಡುವಂಥದ್ದು ಭಾರತ ಮಾತೆಯ ಅರ್ಚನೆಯಿಂದ ಪುಷ್ಪಾರ್ಚನೆ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಇನ್ನು ಗಾನಾರ್ಚನೆಗೆ ಸಮಯ. I request Sandesh, a student of Riva College, who is a volunteer in Manthana Vedike, to present a wonderful rendition, a patriotic song about Bharat Mata.
ಹುಟ್ಟಿದು ಚಿಮ್ಮುತ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತಃಶಕ್ತಿಯು ಹೃದಯದೊಳಗಿನಿಂದ. ಹುಟ್ಟಿದು ಚಿಮ್ಮುತ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತಃಶಕ್ತಿಯು ಹೃದಯದೊಳಗಿನಿಂದ. ಸೆಟೆದು ನಿಲ್ಲುತ್ತಿದೆ ಸ್ವಾಭಿಮಾನವು, ಸೆಟೆದು ನಿಲ್ಲುತ್ತಿದೆ ಸ್ವಾಭಿಮಾನವು. ತಾಯ ಸ್ಮರಣೆಯಿಂದ, ತಾಯ ಸ್ಮರಣೆಯಿಂದ, ತಾಯ ಸ್ಮರಣೆಯಿಂದ, ತಾಯ ಸ್ಮರಣೆಯಿಂದ. ಶುಭವು ಅರಗುತ್ತಿದ ಶುಭ್ರ ಮುಂಜಾವು ಭಾಸ್ಕರನ ಕಿರಣ ಭಾಷ್ಯ. ಶುಭವು ಅರಗುತ್ತಿದ ಶುಭ್ರ ಮುಂಜಾವು ಭಾಸ್ಕರನ ಕಿರಣ ಭಾಷ್ಯ. ಹಬ್ಬಿ ಹರಡುತ್ತಿದೆ ವಿಶ್ವದೆಲ್ಲೆಡೆಯು ಭಾರತದ ಕೀರ್ತಿಲಾಸ್ಯ. ಅಣು ಅಣುವಿನಲ್ಲೂ ಮಾತನಿಸುತ್ತಿದೆ ದೇಶಭಕ್ತಿಯ ಘೋಷ. ಅನುರಣಿಸುತ್ತಿದೆ ಮೈಯ ಕಣ ಕಣವು ಸಂಘಮಂತ್ರ ದೀಕ್ಷಾ, ಸಂಘಮಂತ್ರ ದೀಕ್ಷಾ. ಯಶವು ನಿಶ್ಚಯವು ಯತ್ನ ಬೇಕಿಹುದು ಶ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಫಲವು ಸತ್ಯ. ಕ್ಲೇಶ ಕಳೆದು ಅವಕಾಶವೀಗಲೇ ಹಿಂದುತ್ವ ಭದ್ರ ಕವಚ. ದುಷ್ಟ ಕೂಟಗಳ ಹುಟ್ಟ ನಡಗಿಸಲು ಐಕ್ಯತೆಯ ಸ್ನೇಹ ಸೂತ್ರ. ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟ ಸಂದೇಶ ಗಟ್ಟಿಯಾಗಿಹುದು ಸಂಚಲ ಛಿದ್ರ ಛಿದ್ರ, ಸಂಚಲ ಛಿದ್ರ ಛಿದ್ರ. ಶತಮಾನದೊಳಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲೂ ಸಂಘ ಪರಿಣಾಮ ದೇಶವ್ಯಾಪ್ತ. ಮನೆ ಮನೆಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ತನುಮನಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ಮೊಳಗಿರುವುದು ಒಂದೇ ತಮ್ಮತವ ಅಡಿಸಿ ತರತಮವ ಗಳಿಸಿ ತಾಯ ಒಲವ ಭಾರತಾಂಬೆಯ ವಿಶ್ವಗುರುವಾಗಿ ಮೆರೆಸುವುದೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಧ್ಯೇಯ ಭಾರತಾಂಬೆಯ ವಿಶ್ವಗುರುವಾಗಿ ಮೆರೆಸುವುದೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಧ್ಯೇಯ ಮೆರೆಸುವುದೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಧ್ಯೇಯ ಮೆರೆಸುವುದೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಧ್ಯೇಯ.
ರೋಮಹರ್ಷವಾಗುವಂತಹ ಸುಂದರ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರ ಭಕ್ತಿಗೀತೆಯನ್ನು ಪ್ರಸ್ತುತಪಡಿಸಿದಂತಹ ಸಂದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಅನಂತಾನಂತ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಈಗ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ತುದಿಗಾಲಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತು ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂತಹ ವಿಚಾರವನ್ನು ಕೇಳುವಂತಹ ಸಮಯ ಈಗ ಬಂದಿದೆ. Now it's time to listen, understand and churn our minds towards nationalistic views. In that thought, now I request Sri Ramadhaji to please come on the dais and honor us with your wonderful speech. Over to you, sir.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. My apologies, my knowledge of Kannada begins and ends there. आदरणीय श्री शनाई जी, आदरणीय श्री नागाभरणा जी, आदरणीय श्री शिवलिंगया जी, all the eminent and distinguished audience, dear friends, I'm sorry, as I said, I cannot speak to you in your beautiful mother tongue, Kannada. It's another matter that my mother tongue is also beautiful. It is Telugu, you can't probably understand. So I have to depend on English to communicate with you. I know you are all the citizens of Bengaluru, you understand English well. That way Indians pick up foreign languages faster than our own languages. We used to have a great scholar in Chennai by name Right Honorable Srinivasa Shastri. Srinivasa Shastri was a great English scholar. He went to London once, England once, and he happened to meet with the then Prime Minister Winston Churchill. When he was conversing with Churchill, Srinivasa Shastri felt that Churchill's English was grammatically wrong. Shastri was a scholar. Scholars are seldom afraid of anybody. So Shastri told Churchill that, Mr. Churchill, your English is grammatically wrong. Churchill was naturally taken aback. This fellow whom we taught English, or whom we are ruling, and he is coming to me and telling me my English is wrong. But Churchill was a gentleman, he was a statesman, not like today's leaders. So he did not get angry. He only told Shastri, Mr. Shastri, what we Englishmen speak is English. The grammar just follows. वो पीछे पीछे आता है, आया तो आया, नहीं आया तो चिंता मत करना. What I speak in English. So we are all that way very good in English. Grammar भगवान मालिक है, but I'm sure you all follow English easily. At the very outset, I would like to congratulate Sri Shanai ji and his team for putting together the 100th Manthana event in Dasarahalli. I know it is not an easy task. I myself was involved for many years in running such forums in Andhra Pradesh first and then later in Delhi. Today we run a think tank. So it is a very difficult task to bring thinking people together. The challenge with us Indians is when we are alone, each one of us is a philosopher. All of us are individually, we are great philosophers, we are great thinkers. Problem is when the second fellow comes, there is an argument. And the third comes, there is confusion. In such a thinking society, to continue with 100 events is something we must really commend the team of Shanaji and all his colleagues. I wholeheartedly congratulate him. And it's a coincidence that today I'm going to probably talk about another milestone event, that is 100 years of the RSS. Again, for any organization to survive for that long is in itself a great achievement. Not many organizations survive for 100 years. Even if some survive, they only remain in buildings or some bank account, some office bearers, but they cannot be active 100 years later. If you look at the history of the world, you come across probably organizations like Red Cross, which survived for more than 160 years, but largely because it always had the support and patronage of the governments. But here is RSS, which not only survived for 100 years, but continued to grow. At 100 also, you find the RSS to be full of young people, ever growing, ever attracting the wider Indian society, is something very special and very unique. I would like to place before you some of the reasons for this kind of a great success that RSS has accomplished. Many thought that this organization would not survive. At the most, it would remain a fringe force, fringe element. Many opposed it, yet the RSS survived. Not just survived. After 100 years of its birth, today the RSS has become the heartbeat of Indian society. It is the mainstream thought of our country. The thought that RSS represented about our dharma, our culture, is today the mainstream thought. One may or may not belong to RSS. But today, wider society accepts and respects that very dharmic, civilizational identity of our country and our society. Therein lies the greatest success of the RSS. We all probably know that the organization was founded in 1925. When the organization was founded, the founder had two things clear in his mind. Those two things should actually respond to several criticisms that you face today, you see today. Probably when you go out, you will see some people with black flags and all, possible. But for all those criticisms, those two very fundamental convictions of the RSS should answer. The first conviction was, Hedgewar was very clear, that I am not going to create any organization. So RSS is not an organization. Then you may say, if it is not an organization, what is this animal? What is it? It is just a thought movement. RSS is just an idea. They ask, where is your registration? When the question of our registration, when we are not an organization itself. And Hedgewar was very clear, I am not going to create an organization in this society, I am going to create the organization of the entire society. Understand the difference? मुझे देश में एक संस्था खड़ा नहीं करना है, पूरे देश को संगठित करना है. So the RSS right from the beginning was not an organization. This is a thought. Anybody and everybody can come in, join this movement and work for the country. But then, even if it is not an organization, it's a movement, it has to run. How would it run? To run this organization, this movement, we left it to those who support the movement, whom we call as Swayamsevaks. They run this movement. To run it, they may create small trusts, small societies. All of them are registered. To those critics who are criticizing us, where is your registration? I tell you, we don't have one registration, we have 1 million registrations. In Karnataka, we have many registered Swayamsevak groups. They have registered under some name, Bharat Mata, Vivekananda, Durga Mata, some name. They have registered because they are working for the ideal that RSS has, introduced to them or induced in them. They run this organization. They all are registered. They all have accounts. Those accounts are regularly submitted to the concerned authorities. We are a different model. We have a different model. So the RSS has grown right from the beginning as an open movement. We hold our shakas in public places. One should be an idiot to say that don't hold them in public places. I know some people are telling in your Karnataka, no, we should not allow them to hold in public places. It is for your good that they are in public places. We are not a secretive organization. If you are in public places, at least you can send your jasus, your spies, and find out what we are doing. There was a time when there was emergency imposed in the country, RSS was banned. So, Indira Gandhi was the Prime Minister and intelligence agencies were told to go and find out who are the RSS leaders in each place. So they used to come and watch just before that emergency episode, they used to watch the RSS activities because activity is happening publicly, in a park, in a school. It's easy to monitor. They used to come, stand there for 1 hour, to find out who is the leader. It's quite confusing. Because one fellow is here, one fellow is here, somebody is from behind coming and doing something. They thought some secret is going on. The last man comes, those who have gone to Shaka will know, the last man in the line comes and tells one secret in the ears of the first man. Then one fellow from the side starts collecting the secret and goes and tells the secret to man on the left side. Then left side man runs to the right side man to tell that secret to him. They found there is a big secret going on here. What is the secret? How many fellows are there in Shaka today? That number is the secret. We are no organization. Those days the joke used to be, they wanted to find out who is the leader. So they somehow they collected the list of the RSS office bearers. One is Sangachalak. Like, bus chalak, he is a Sangachalak. He is a chalak. Some Karevaha. They looked at the whole list, they found at one place Gat Nayak. Nayak must be leader. Nayak means leader. This must be the leader of RSS. So they then found out the address of that Gat Nayak and went to catch him. They found out that he is an 8th grade student. It's an open organization. Anybody can become a Nayak here. So the RSS by its very structure is not an organization right from the beginning till today. And we always say that those who are in the RSS today are Swayamsevaks of today. Those who are not in the RSS today are Swayamsevaks of tomorrow, including Mr. Kharge and others, for us. But unfortunately, in its 100-year journey, RSS had to endure opposition. The reason for that opposition was that they believed that RSS has some ideology. With that ideology, the RSS wanted to dominate the country and Indian society. So the second most important conviction of the RSS founder, Hedwar, was neither will RSS be an organization, nor will it have any ideology. Now you may be surprised when I say that. How can you run a movement without any ideology? Remember, ideologies are all closed framework of ideas. There is a set idea, fixed idea. You have to be a follower. You have to be dedicated to it. You cannot deviate from it. That is what is called ideology, a fixed framework. But the RSS never propounded any separate fixed framework. Hedgewar's first 15 years, if you get a chance to read his speeches, not many are available though. We recently published a new publication called Shaka to Nation. It contained some of his initial speeches. In that he says, look, I am actually preparing our people, our youngsters, people of our country to live as per the great principles of our Hindu Dharma. Living life as a good Hindu is what I am trying to do. So I am not having any separate ideology. I am not promoting anything new. I am only saying, okay, our great ancestors, great scriptures, great knowledge has given these great values to us. Let us live up to those values. RSS second chief Guruji Golwalkar was once asked, can you recommend some good books to understand RSS ideology? Golwalkar said, yes, of course, I can give a few, I can give many. Then he said, start from Vedas. 4 Vedas, Upanishads, Ramayana, Mahabharata, Puranas, Itihasas, all that is RSS literature. Because I am not promoting anything new, any new ideology. I am saying this great wisdom that has been handed down to us from thousands of years should become a living thing for us. We should live as per that value system. But people understood that RSS is doing something new. Then they coined this phrase, Hindutva. Then they themselves attributed many things to it. If you read the initial literature of RSS, this Hindutva word doesn't come. Hindutva is a word coined by Swatantra Savarkar. We have great respect for him. He has formulated a particular concept about Hindutva. He basically tried to create an ideology. We have great respect for that ideology. But that is not necessarily the ideology of RSS. We respect that. Like how we respect Ramayana, we respect Mahabharata, we respect all good things. Hindutva is attributed to us. We don't have any problem with that. Fair enough. But what is Hindutva for RSS? For RSS, Hindutva means living life as per the great Hindu dharmic civilizational value system is what is Hindutva in your life. The manifestation of Hindu value system is Hindutva. So the whole effort of RSS has been in the last 100 years to invoke this sentiment in the people. No new ideology. So those who talk about RSS ideology dangerous, etc., if RSS ideology is dangerous, then you should say Vedas are dangerous, Upanishads are dangerous, because that is our ideology. Based on certain misunderstandings or false notions, the RSS was subjected to a lot of scrutiny in 100 years. I can tell you, if it was any other organization, it could not have survived. Those were the kind of opposition that RSS had to endure. In the very beginning itself, the Britishers felt that this fellow was creating something against us, this Hedgewar. They started sending spies after him. Hedgewar used to be a good runner. He used to run in the morning. So the spy also used to tail him. Doctor used to notice that some fellow is tailing me, some British agent is tailing me. He would run faster and he would run longer. Halfway through, that fellow would collapse. Doctor used to take fun of those things. He was tailed. In 1934, the British government tried to impose ban on RSS. 1934 I am talking about. In the central provinces, those days RSS was there in Nagpur and central provinces. In the central provinces legislature, a motion was moved to restrict the activities of RSS. But the members in the legislative council at that time, all of them stood up and said, no, don't do it. RSS is not doing anything wrong. It's only inculcating good things, good values and patriotism in the people. So the Britishers had to take it back. Those who want to follow the British model here, they will also take it back, don't worry. They will move the idea. So this is not new to us. Then Congress came to power after independence. There was a tussle between Nehru and Patel. Nehru saw RSS to be a little pro-Patel. So how do I stop RSS? How do I stop Patel? I should stop RSS. Sounds very familiar to Karnataka people, right? Within Congress party, there were two groups, and one group uses RSS as a whipping boy to outsmart the other. Familiar story in every state. In Karnataka also, I know. Those who are jumping against RSS, why they are jumping, you all know. But those days, so Gandhi murder, a wrong accusation was cast on RSS. With the idea that I will crush the RSS, Nehru thought he will crush the RSS. Sardar Patel, 25 days after Gandhiji's unfortunate killing, officially writes to Nehru as, Patel was the Home Minister of the country at that time. He writes to Nehru on 26 February 1948, 26 February. He writes, as Home Minister, I have studied the progress of the case, the murder of Gandhiji, that case I have studied the progress of it. We could not find anything against RSS. But ban was continued. Because the objective was that, since RSS is not with me, it should be crushed. They could not crush it. But RSS accepted, whatever constitution, law, whatever they said, they accepted it. In fact, I tell you, some people say RSS is anti-constitution. You know when ban was imposed on RSS, it was an illegal ban. But Guruji Gorvalkar, I am talking about the ban in 1948. The then Chief Guruji Gorvalkar told RSS members that whether it is right or wrong is not the question. Government imposed a ban. We abide by it. We stop. We protest in a democratic way. We did satyagraha. We did all that. Those who imposed the ban finally came round and accepted that no, RSS is not a bad organization, it's a good organization. In 1962, when India-China war happened, the role that RSS members played in supporting the Indian Army and also Indian police impressed Jawaharlal Nehru, who ultimately led the RSS to participate in the Republic Day parade in 1963, shoulder to shoulder with the Indian Army. Indira Gandhi, daughter of her father, had strong anti-RSS views, but she also at some point understood the good work that this organization is doing. And in 1973, when Guruji Gorvalkar passed away, a formal condolence resolution was passed in the Indian Parliament. Indira Gandhi herself read out a condolence message. Only RSS leaders who ever get a condolence message inside the Parliament was Guruji Gorvalkar. So people misunderstood RSS. But RSS never considered them as its enemies. They gradually understood over the time. The misconceptions were removed. Communists, socialists used to be very strong, opponents of RSS. Because their thinking was global, RSS thinking was national. Jayaprakash Narayan, one of the very renowned socialist leaders who was also a very renowned Gandhian, believed in the propaganda in 1948 that RSS was involved in Gandhiji's murder, and he instigated Congress used to go and attack RSS. But same Jayaprakash Narayan in 1975 came to RSS event and said, "You are my only hope." This is what he told the RSS in 1975. The reason is RSS always worked for the good of the country. People may have misunderstood. The reason is RSS is difficult to understand and easy to misunderstand. Misunderstandings happen. But look at the 100-year record of RSS. Look at the major milestones that RSS has achieved in 100 years. Post-independence, one of the first major popular movements that RSS supported was for Goraksha, cow protection in 1950s. Do you know that cow protection is a part of the directive principles of Indian Constitution? We are blamed as against the Constitution, but we are the ones who fought for implementation of the Constitution. Mahatma Gandhi's lifelong dream, Ambedkar's lifelong mission was to eradicate caste differences. Slight difference is there in Gandhi's thinking and Ambedkar's thinking. Gandhi wanted caste system to be reformed, untouchability to be removed, and caste hierarchy should be removed. Ambedkar wanted caste system completely to go. No caste system. But ideally both wanted a society which is egalitarian, equal. It's the RSS which spearheaded that movement. In 1960s, the RSS brought together all the saints and sages of this whole country, led by Pujya Pejawar Swamiji of Karnataka. At Prayag and in Udupi in 1969, it got all of them together. When I say all of them, not just Hindu saints, even Sikh, Jain gurus, all of them came together to declare there is no place for untouchability in our Hindu society. There is no place for casteism. Hindavas, Sodaras, Sangha, we are all brothers and sisters. Where is the question of somebody being high and somebody being low? The RSS stood for that. Today RSS is spearheading this idea that caste has outlived its utility. It should go lock, stock and barrel. The idea was first mooted by the third chief of RSS, Balasaheb Devras, who said casteism is a scourge, untouchability is a sin. He called it a sin. In fact, he said if untouchability is not a sin, nothing in this world is a sin. And this caste discrimination should go lock, stock and barrel. Today RSS is spearheading that. The very idea that Ambedkar held. In fact, Ambedkar wanted annihilation of caste. He wrote a big book with the title, Annihilation of Caste. Caste should go. Of course it should go. It has outlived its utility. But it cannot happen in a revolutionary way. It has to happen gradually. You have to change the minds of the people to rise above caste. Individuals have multiple identities. Language is an identity. Food is an identity. Some may be vegetarian, some may be non-vegetarian. Nowadays, some is an eggarian. Those who eat vegetarian but egg also. Well, somebody gave me a logic. Eggarian is also vegetarian because those eggs cannot become chicken. They are farm eggs. So eggarians are like vegetarians. Fair enough. I mean, khana hai to kha lo na, alaji kaun pucha hai. One can eat. But many identities, caste is an identity. It has to be overcome slowly. You know, on a lighter note, I tell you, when Ambedkar wanted the caste to go, some inspired Ambedkar followers or socialists started an organization in Maharashtra called Jati Pati Todak Mandal. Meaning, the organization dedicated to removal of caste, destruction of caste. Jati Pati Todak Mandal. Todak means destroy karna. 2 years passed, Jati Pati Todak Mandal became a caste. All others used to say, yeah, this fellow is a jati pati todak mandal fellow, apne jaat ka nahi hai, no shadi vivah. There is a danger if you try to be revolutionary. It has happened in an organized, organic way, gradual way, and the RSS is committed to organically transforming society to rise above those caste discrimination and differences. In fact, the current Saraswati Chalak is on record saying caste has outlived its utility. We have to now rise above it. It can remain one of the identities. Why it is surviving is because of politics, majorly. Certain privileges have to be extended to caste. Though they are important classes, especially scheduled castes, scheduled classes, OBC. Certain benefits have to be extended. RSS is in full support of those benefits. They have to be extended. But as a society, we should not divide ourselves on caste lines. That is the RSS thinking. The thinking of Gandhiji, the thinking of Ambedkar. So this is the journey of RSS for 100 years. People misunderstood. I said misunderstood because of two reasons. One reason is there are some opponents like communists, Western influenced people. They became historians. They wrote all sorts of things against RSS. You know, there are great historians in Delhi. I am not talking about the foreigners. In Delhi, who have written tons of books against RSS, on RSS rather. Great historians. But do you know, while writing their book, they have not talked to a single RSS person. How can you write a book on RSS without talking to RSS? That means you have an ulterior agenda. So with ulterior agenda, people wrote volumes of books against RSS. That probably created some misconception. 90% of misconception is that. But 10% I blame ourselves also. The RSS organization also. We are generally very introvert people. In fact, I don't know how many of you know, for first almost 70 years, first 70 years, out of 100 years, first 70 years, RSS did not have a publicity wing. Meaning, it was only preaching whatever it wanted to preach to those who came to RSS. But somebody is outside, he is not coming to RSS. How would you know about RSS? There was no arrangement. So, some blame should come on me also. You did not try to correct those perceptions. We used to think, no, RSS, you can only understand if you come to RSS. Not all could come. But in the last 30 years, RSS has corrected it, and we have a Prachar Vibhag. Rajesh Padmaji is Prachar Pramukh, and we have now new publications, we have reach out programs. We are trying to correct the perception. But largely, it was a propaganda that led to lots of misconceptions about the RSS. But these misconceptions never really stuck. I told you how a person like Nehru had to finally change his thoughts about RSS. Jayaprakash Narayan had to change his idea. And Indira Gandhi had to change her idea. Okay, great grandchildren may take some more time to change their idea. Good luck to them. But people understand when they really come closer to RSS, they change their idea. But the RSS never had any enemy. You are criticizing me, so you are my enemy. No, not for RSS. Those who are criticizing us may assume RSS to be their enemy, but for RSS, there is no enemy. That is what kept us going. That is the strength of our movement, Sarvesham Avirodhena. Because we always believe that if you are criticizing me, it's not your fault, it's my failure. I failed to explain what I am to you. That's why you are criticizing me. So that is the approach of RSS. So the whole society as the canvas, creating greater unity in our society, and on the foundation of great wisdom that our ancestors have handed down to us. That is the only mission of the RSS. We are not against anybody, neither against individuals, nor against religions, nor against parties, nor against any entity. We have, people think that probably RSS means BJP. Partly, probably, that thinking is right because you find many RSS people in BJP. But the RSS has decided right in the beginning, immediately after independence, that RSS will not have any politics. But if RSS members want to participate in any political activity, they can participate in an activity that is two conditions we laid out. One condition is that should not have any extra territorial loyalty. You cannot have your loyalty in Moscow and in Beijing, like Communist parties used to have. And you cannot subscribe to violence. You have to be democratic. You have to be peaceful. You have to be patriotic. Any party, any movement, RSS allowed its members to freely participate. Another matter, majority of the members went into Jansang because Jansang very assiduously followed these principles. So RSS people went there. Later it became Bharatiya Janata Party. They went there and they became prime ministers. First prime minister, that RSS member to become prime minister Vajpayee. In fact, the 100-year journey, if you see, first 25 years you see, end of first 25 years, RSS had to face a ban from the independent Indian government. Next 25 years, RSS was in the forefront of protecting democracy in the country when emergency destroyed democracy. Who was in the forefront to protect democracy? It was the RSS. We were protecting democracy. Another 25 years passed. So many people were opposing us. Another 25 years passed and RSS man became the prime minister. Vajpayee, national leader. And another 25 years passed. People were still opposing, trying to ban RSS. Another RSS person became not only the Prime Minister of our country, a global leader. That is the trajectory. And this trajectory is because people understood RSS. You all understood RSS. The idea has conquered the hearts and minds of these people. That is the mission of the RSS. Let me end by just giving you some idea about what is in store for RSS for the future. 100 years have passed. What is the future? I told you in 100 years we stood for our constitution. I said we stood for Goraksha, the directive principle. We stood for caste, society to rise above caste, the dream of Ambedkar and Gandhi. We stood for protection of democracy, again another national mission. Now at 100, we decided we will undertake 5 important national missions as per our constitution. First will be, RSS has, it's called Pancha Parivartan, 5 transformations. First will be strengthening the family system. Today, it has become not only an Indian necessity, it has become a global necessity. Families are now getting destroyed, families are split. Many new things are coming, drug addictions are happening. Breaking of families is happening, and living together, wokeism, many different things are coming. RSS wants Indian family to be strong. When I say Indian family to be strong, the RSS family is not retrograde, rather it is forward looking. RSS believes that in a family, a woman should have as much say, if not more say, than a man. That society where women and man and woman together becomes family. Not the elder of the family, not the Telugu mein dekhe kutumba pedda. No kutumba pedda, kutumba peddalu. Both man and woman together are the kutumba pedda. So a family where both have equal responsibility, yin and yang, together, who create that Ardhanarishwar, that kind of family system. Second, protection of environment. A big challenge today to entire humanity. The way climate is changing, the way untimely rains are happening, harvests are changing, everything is changing in our lives. We have to protect our environment. That is the second campaign RSS is undertaking. Third is about creating social harmony. So far that I said, making people rise above caste. Not against any caste, not against any caste privileges. Those privileges, those who deserve it should get it. Scheduled caste, scheduled tribe should get their reservations, continue to get reservations. But as a society, we should be like a family. So that kind of harmony, religious harmony, that will be the third mission. Fourth mission is Swadeshi, inspiring people to promote indigenous products, indigenous goods, indigenous industry. Eat what is available here. Why do you go after pizza? I mean, I'm not against pizza. Once in a while you should enjoy everything. But pizza is nothing but the American version of uttapam. Have uttapam always. Enjoy it. Have pattur vada. Enjoy it. So, promoting our own industry, our own enterprise is Swadeshi. That is the fourth thing. And fifth, and this will probably startle you. The fifth mission of RSS is about teaching people, making people duty conscious. I will take 2 minutes to end it. You know, when United Nations was formed, a discussion happened that whatever may be the government form, we should have a charter of human rights which should be applicable to all people on the earth, irrespective of the form of government. It may be a dictatorship, it may be a monarchy, it may be a democracy. Irrespective of that, every person on earth should have certain fundamental rights that cannot be denied. Right? Freedom of expression, or freedom of religion, right to live. These are some of the rights. So, when that charter was being prepared, a letter was sent to 50 people in the world, seeking their opinion about what all should become the fundamental rights of humans across the world. One letter was sent to Nehruji. Nehru replied, said, I am too busy now, I have become Prime Minister just now, I have too many other things to handle, so I don't have time to reply to this letter, but I have one fellow in my country who has more wisdom, he will reply. He sent that letter to Gandhiji. Gandhiji is also not free, he was also busy. But Gandhi had very solid ideas rooted in our dharma, in our culture. Gandhi, sitting in a train, writes a reply. He writes that, you see, that reply, by the way, is available on the internet. Those who are interested can Google it and get it. He said, my mother taught me that you don't have any rights. Now, this is a very dangerous statement to make. You say that people don't have any rights. But Gandhi goes forward and says, my mother used to tell me that while you don't have any rights for yourself alone, you have duties to perform. If you perform your duties properly, rights of all others will be protected. Look at the beautiful idea. Like, this program is expected to suppose end at 12 o'clock at 12:30. Now, I continue to give 1 hour speech here. Already I gave 35-minute speech. If I give another half an hour, 1 hour, you can't get up. You are a captive audience. But your right is deprived because I am forgetting my duty that I should close my speech quickly. You go home. You deserve a good food at home when you go home. But your cook has gone to see a morning show. When you go home, your food is not ready. You have a right to have good food, but your cook forgets his responsibility, his duty. So Gandhi wrote to them, the HCR people, don't talk only about rights. Talk also about duties of people. When people follow duties, rights of every person are protected. It's another matter that UNHRC did not care for that suggestion. It only enumerated certain human rights. Very unfortunately, in our constitution also, initially, we did not bother about duties. We only gave certain fundamental rights. In 1976, through 42nd Amendment, Indira Gandhi introduced Article 51A, in which 10 fundamental duties were enumerated. But very interestingly, while fundamental rights are enforceable, meaning if you violate any fundamental right of any citizen, you can be jailed. If you suppose I want to stop anybody from protesting outside here, I am not allowed to stop them because they have the freedom of expression, a right given by Constitution. That right cannot be violated, but fundamental duties cannot be enforced. Meaning, if you don't follow those duties, nobody is going to punish you. So a half-hearted measure happened in Constitution. We have them in Constitution, but not enforceable. RSS has taken it as the fifth responsibility that it will educate people about fundamental duties and make them follow their fundamental duties. Now, where is that criticism that RSS is anti-constitution? We are the ones who are trying to implement the Constitution. Make people follow the Constitution. Friends, this is what RSS has done in 100 years, wants to do in the future, in next decade or 2 decades, and as long as it is required in the society. So please try to understand this grand picture of the RSS. I am so delighted that such a large number you all have attended in this Manthana program and listened to me patiently. I invite all of you to come more closer to RSS and try to understand and work with the RSS in many of these areas. I thank you all for your patience.
मनपूर्वक धन्यवादಗಳು ರಾಮದಾಜಿ. Our small attempt to thank you in your mother tongue. We extend a heartfelt gratitude to Ramadaji for gracing us by his presence and his wisdom. They say time stops. Time stops when there is a flow of knowledge. When he said 35 minutes, we had to check the clock because we didn't even know the time had passed so much. Thank you so much for gracing us with your wonderful wisdom. Ramadaji, on behalf of the audience, I seek your permission to ask a few questions or doubts if they have, so that we can get better clarity on the topic. Now, it is open to the audience to ask the questions or doubts, any if you have. I request you to please raise your hand. We have our volunteers who would bring our mic to you. ನಮ್ಮ ವಾಲಂಟಿಯರ್ಸ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಮೈಕನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ಒಂದು ಕಳಕಳಿಯ ವಿನಂತಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳು ಆದಷ್ಟು ಚುಟುಕಾಗಿರಲಿ, ಹಾಗೆ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳು ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಆಗದೇ ಇರೋ ಹಾಗೆ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳು ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ವಿಷಯಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಿತವಾಗಿ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಉತ್ತಮ. Go to the audience. Please raise your hand higher. Yes, there is a question.
ಯಾವುದೇ ಭಾಷೆ ಕೇಳಿ.
Primarily, I do have one question. Is it able to take back control of internet impulse? Like,
Yes, sure. In some states of our country, temples are under government control. Those temples have to be returned to the society. Hindu society is one demand that Hindu society itself is making, and RSS fully supports that demand, but with a rider. First of all, to understand data correctly. In India, we have 700,000 temples. 700,000. Out of which, only 200,000 temples are under government control. Rest are either under some mutt, some society, some are private temples. Are we really taking care of all those temples properly? We have, when we say we want to take care of our temples, we have to take care of all the temples. Wherever there is temple has to do 5 things. Because we are wise people, please understand. Temple for Hindus is not the house of God. Because for us, God is everywhere. God is in you. Aham Brahmasmi. Why does God need a house? And God's house is there in every house. You have a mandir in every house. Then what is the temple? Temple is a place, a religious place, in the name of God, performing 5 duties. Number 1, Annam Bahupirvita. Where there is a temple, nobody should go hungry. We used to have the concept of prasad. But now prasad has reduced to a little bit of sugar. But that is not the original concept. Where there is a temple, there is enough food. Nobody is hungry. Annam Bahupirvita can be run temples like that. At least some temples. Can they give good prasad? You see, every Sikh temple has it. They call it Gurudwara, every Gurudwara has it. You go to Gurudwara, you would go back hungry. Other religions have it. Annam Bahupirvita. Secondly, temples should be centers of education. Temples should run schools. Temples should run colleges. Temples should at least provide some kind of education. moral education, ethical education, centers of education. Temples should be centers of health care, primary health care. I'm not saying they should do surgeries. But in my childhood, I know, when I had some stomach upset, I used to go to my temple. The pujari would give me a kashayam. That kashayam will solve my problem. He knew what needs to be done for ordinary difficulties that a village or a small person, a small individual faces. Our temples should help in spreading good health. Means they should teach yoga, they should teach pranayama, other things, so that good health is spread. Temples should promote fine arts. You know, Lokakala. Today they are diminishing. They are actually dying. I was asking Nagabarnaji, how much theatre is surviving in Karnataka? In many states it's dying. Many local arts are dying. But they used to have a lot of patronage in temples. Temples used to be the centers of local arts. Are we doing that? And finally, temple should be a center to disseminate spiritual ideas. There should be discourses on dharma by some guru, some knowledgeable person, happening occasionally. 1 week talk, 1 week lecture. These 5 things are what temples are expected to do. Every temple may not do all 5. But can we at least try and do these things through our temples in wherever it is possible? The question is, when temples that are in government control are handed back to the society, are we ready to do all these things? Or when they are given back to us, we will fight over control of those temples. It happens. I can tell you, in other countries like America and all, we have many temples, but half of the temples have cases in courts because who will be the management on that? 2 groups will fight. Will we go there? No, we are ready to manage our temples well. So now Vishnu Parishad is trying to come up with a model by which when the temples are freed from government control, they do not become centers of clashes, conflict, fights. They will be managed in a better way through both society and government together. Some model is being developed. Once the model is ready, I am sure temples will be, and governments will be approached, and your suggestion that temples should be freed from government control will be implemented. I can tell you, we have both examples. Temples that are run outside of the government running well, but also temples under some kind of a government control also running very well. I can give you the example of Vaishnav Devi. Vaishnav Devi temple is headed by the governor of Jammu and Kashmir and a committee appointed by governor, technically under government control, but very well managed temple. So is treated in Tirupati. You may have complaints about people in the committee, but well managed because such a big temple requires some kind of an organized system. And I give you one other side example. Shirdi temple, which was under private control until 2004, had to be taken over by government in 2004 because of lack of problem of management. 2004, Shirdi temple was taken over by Maharashtra government. And even BJP had to, minor protest, but had to agree because the management has to happen properly. So we Hindus have to be more ready, more willing to have a model where we can run our temples better, primarily doing these 5 things. Thank you.
Questions can be asked in the language comfortable to you. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಭಾಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳನ್ನ ಕೇಳಬಹುದು, ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷಲ್ಲೇ ಕೇಳಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಬಂಧನ ಇಲ್ಲ.
Namaskar, I am Krishna Bhatt, born in your year of birth, 1964. I am a swimmer from the childhood. My basic question is, RSS is going to propagate this Pancha Parivartana, that fifth is imposing the duties of the citizens. Today, I just wanted to ask whether RSS is going to propagate reducing the corruption in judiciary, executive and legislative, which is widespread in the nation.
Oh, of course. RSS, one of the main core mission of RSS is what we call as Vyakti Nirman. Vyakti Nirman means building character in each and every human being. build a strong character so that the guy who rises to become an officer in the government or elsewhere, he is an IAS officer or officer, he wouldn't fall prey to evils like corruption. That will always be the mission of RSS. Create good people who can really lead the life of integrity, pramadikta, that kind of people, creating that kind of people is the primary mission of RSS.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳು ಆದಷ್ಟು ಚುಟುಕಾಗಿರಲಿ.
Namaste sir, I am Nagaraj. I am working for electoral reforms. I am also the environmentalist. Actually, when we saw all the issues in earlier and now also, election system is not, has to be upgraded in proper way. Whether RSS is in thinking on the direction is or not, that is what I say.
आप संसेवक हैं? You are also a संसेवक or you never went to RSS?
No, I am the attending RSS regularly. Regularly, last 15 to 20
So
years.
you are undertaking the electoral reforms and you are active.
Yes, I am.
So RSS is taking them. Because we are taking them. So, look,
Thank you. Thank you.
let me explain. Look, please understand that RSS is not a contractor which takes contract of all issues in the country. RSS is all of us. What RSS wants is like how you undertook that good campaign that we need electoral reform. Nobody has any issue about it. We need those electoral reform. But who will do it? Themselves will do it. They come forward. They will do it. Then RSS is doing it. RSS will support all good activities that these themselves undertake, including the activities that you are undertaking. RSS acknowledges the fact that India's electoral system needs a greater reform so that we can remove many bad things. Many things. I mean, it's a big subject in itself. Sometime maybe you can also talk about it sometime on this forum, Manthana forum probably. But yes, all initiatives that RSS will undertake, RSS support will be always there.
Thank you.
Namaste, Madhavji. I am Subramanya. See, for almost all of the our culture, our civilization, Sanskrit is one of the binding factor and it is the best language. Is there any propagation or development of the Sanskrit throughout the world? Is there any focus for the sun, from the sun for that?
Of course, I mean our Sanskrit run an organization called Sanskrit Bharati. Sanskrit Bharati's singular mission is to spread Sanskrit far and wide, and I know that they have lakhs of people, lakhs outside India, who have undergone their 10-day Sanskrit teaching program. Dasarahalli Sanskrita Shikshana, I mean conversation Sanskrit, and that group is very actively promoting the spread of Sanskrit in the both in India and as well as all over the world. Sanskrit has certain challenges. I mean, it's a very important language, mother of almost all Indian languages, I would say. But we have not given due place to it at the appropriate time, meaning at the time of our independence. Why I am saying this is there's a reason. Look, you know Turkey, right? If you go to Turkey, you will only see people speaking Turkish. It was not so 100 years ago. During the Ottoman rule, which went on for 400 years, Arabic was the language used by people mostly in Ottoman Empire. In 1920s, Ottoman Empire was removed. Mustafa Kemal Pasha, an army general, became the head of Turkish government, and Turkey became an independent country. Mustafa Kemal Pasha calls all his generals and asks them a simple question: how much time is needed to bring back Turkish into our day-to-day life, national life? The generals think and say, we need one year. Mustafa Kemal Pasha says, okay, 1 year is over today, go. I want it from tomorrow. You know, in less than 5 years, Turkish was revived. Today they proudly speak only Turkish, nothing else. Same is the case with Hebrew. Israel became independent in 1948. Hebrew was the original language of the Jews, but Jews were living all over the world. Only 10% people could speak Hebrew at that time. When the country became independent, only 10%. David Ben-Gurion was their leader. So Ben-Gurion decides that through constitution, Hebrew will be declared the national language. 90% people were not speaking that language. Once it is declared, Ben-Gurion himself used to go for Hebrew classes. President of the country, he used to attend Hebrew classes. And in no time, Hebrew was revived. A language that used to be considered a dead language, Hebrew used to be called a dead language, was revived in less than a decade. Today, you go to Israel, every Israeli speaks Hebrew. Why I am giving you these examples was because had we done it at the time of our independence, probably history would have been different. We did not do it, 75 years have passed. So today, there are certain challenges for the revival of Sanskrit. Nevertheless, a great effort is happening through organizations like Sanskrit Bharati. We all can support them.
Good morning, Dr. Kumar. My name is Ram Sharma. My question is, after years, so many years after the incident of Gandhi's assassination, till today, RSS is a whipping boy of everybody who wants to blame RSS. What's your take on that?
Then good luck to them. What can we do? I mean, if they keep on harping on that lie, let them do that. I know who you are referring to. I know in your state also some people are still talking about it. But today the whole society, larger society knows about it. I told you how even people like very tall leaders like Nehru and all, not even them. Even Pranab Mukherjee, lifelong congressman, came to Nagpur, attended our Vijayadashmi Utsav, spoke at our event. So, genuine the leaders who have no other politics to play, they know. Some people for whom it is, as you rightly use that word whipping boy, they want to use that worn out allegation occasionally. Just take in our stride, enjoy, just remind to them that yeah, both ho gaya, both sun liya RSS ne, and RSS is growing and you are shrinking. I mean, after all these allegations, after 100 years, where are we and where are they? That is the enough answer. Our Swayamsevaks tried to file cases against some people, but then we realized it is waste of time. Even those guys know. I can tell you from my own personal experience. Many Congress guys, even communist leaders, come and privately tell me, sir, you are doing fabulous work, sir, but what can we do it for politics? Because people are not there, I can't invoke their names. Chief Minister of a communist state once invited me for lunch, where he was Chief Minister, he was a tall communist leader, invited me. And over lunch he said, you see, I'm a communist, but my wife is a very religious person, very religious Hindu. I always support her. Whenever she wants to do Navaratri 9 days in my house, I always support her. I am also very strong supporter of my wife's religion. So,
like Tamil Nadu.
Politics is politics, but heart of hearts, everybody knows what RSS is doing. I also must tell you, we have many organizations like Vidya Bharati, schools, it runs schools. Many people think missionaries run many schools. In the whole country, missionaries run some 15,000 schools, different missions together. But RSS Swayamsevaks run Vidya Bharati alone runs 30,000 schools. Not many people know about it. We run more schools than missionaries and all. We give better education. But the point I was making was, many of these schools are run with the patronage of Congress leaders, communist leaders in their villages. They give land, they give money for buildings and all. Because everybody knows if it is RSS, they do good work. Heart of heart, everybody knows. But politics, pity them, wish them well.
Namaste. My name is Vijay. I came from a small village before 15 years. So, what is your vision on rapidly exploring RSS about people who doesn't know about RSS? One question. Second one is,
I didn't get you. What do you mean by that?
what is your vision on rapidly exploring ourselves? I mean, about RSS to people who doesn't know about RSS, because I only know from 15 years only about RSS. Before that, I didn't know about these RSS organizations. So one question. Second question.
Can we please keep it for only one question? Because we don't have time.
No, the RSS is constantly endeavoring to reach out to newer people. In fact, later this year, RSS is again undertaking a program, door-to-door campaign. Our Karyakartas will go from door to door and try to reach as many people as possible. But I must tell you, today the RSS reach is very far and very wide. I'll give you one data which will surprise you. During the campaign to collect funds for the Ramagalna temple, the RSS Ventures had reached out to 15 crore families. 15 crore families means close to 60 crore people. If not 75, I mean, in my 4 I am taking average. The RSS has direct reach to so many people. And through other organizations and all, we have wider reach. We are trying to reach to more and more people. That is a constant endeavor to reach out to, I should not call it, there is a ministry in Vatican. Vatican is the government. You know, Vatican has a ministry by name, Ministry for Unreached Peoples. Unreached means हम सब लोग. तो अभी क्रिश्चियन नहीं बने, unreached. उनके लिए एक डिपार्टमेंट है. हमारे पास कोई डिपार्टमेंट नहीं है, but all those unreached Swayansevaks we try to reach through regular activity. We are doing that. In fact, I am happy that you have already got connected 15 years ago. That means in 15 years, many more got connected to RSS. Thank you.
Sir, any board like
Good morning.
one last
Very
question,
sorry,
please.
very sorry to audience, because I know we have hundreds of questions pending.
No,
But,
only one.
one into
Take these two and stop. Take these two.
last two questions.
One and one. We will just take
Good morning to each and everyone here. I am Professor Anil Joshi. Very proud of that, so taken one epic episode. So I also was one of the speaker of this Manthana. My direct question to Dr. Ramanujan. The RSS ideology is being misused by political leaders, where in the states as well as government. For example, before joining RSS, they were contesting elections. Their property was very less, very simple. After joining, misusing the ideology of RSS, they become a crorepati. And great leaders, again they do follow the RSS principles. This is creating a proselytizing among the public. So how I think direct sir can message to us.
Got it.
Proselytizing can be solved.
Yes.
Thanks.
Got it. So first thing is,
Can we also take one
take the
more
other
question
question.
from you?
One more question. The name is Ramnath.
Right.
Ramnath. Any board like vote for Indians, for Hindus?
Okay. So firstly, nobody can misuse RSS ideology because there is no ideology. They can live. They probably are not living up to the expected values of RSS. That one can say. Maybe we wanted people to uphold certain value system. They are not upholding the value system. Is probably what you are hinting at. Politics is always a very challenging field. In that field, for one to remain value centric is a big difficult task. I'm not justifying anything. I'm saying one has to, one of our RSS senior leaders used to say that you have to be very careful in politics, because politics is like it's actually an analogy. Don't take it as headline if any media is there. He used to jokingly say that it is like a bathroom. What is that analogy about bathroom? In a bathroom, sometimes I go to some house, gentleman comes out, a young man comes out with a bandage to his hand. I ask him, hey, what happened? Did you fall down playing football? Broke your hand? Or you are doing some karate and broke your hand? He said, no sir, I fell down in my bathroom. I can say, you are a young man. And most of you have that experience, you sleep in the bathroom. Sometimes you hold and stand, but you will sleep in the bathroom. Bathroom has that characteristic. You may be very strong. You may still slip. You may still fall. So those who go into politics, we tell them be more careful. Don't sleep. But maybe you are right. Sometimes you feel that they slipped, they fell down, they break their bones, learn their lessons. If they are still not learning the lessons, teach them. People decide, no? Who is the leader? Decide. RSS is very strict on people upholding values wherever they are. There is no excuse. In politics, तो ये चलता है, ऐसा नहीं है. There also we need their values, but only thing is yes, that place is slippery. One may sometimes unknowingly also one can fall down. If it is unknowingly falling down, we will tell them, yeah, next time be careful. If you want, take one support from us also. Some take, some don't take. Those who didn't take, they will break their bones and people will teach them lessons. That's the only way we can tackle the situation. But largely I tell you, that's not the reality with the majority of the RSS people, I can tell you. Most of them always try to set some kind of an example. There can be exceptions can be anywhere. But largely RSS people always try to present a good example.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ramadhaji. I know
let me tell you. I mean, there's no doubt that Hindus needed some kind of a united body. The problem with Hindu system is we don't have any united body. And then what happens is, suppose government has to take any decision with regard to issues related to our religion. Who to consult? Like, Hindu law, there is a Hindu law about our marriages, our adoption, our divorce and all those things. Suppose it has to be amended. Who to consult? So, because there is no institutional system to consult, only politicians take decisions. So, there was a proposal that can we have a body? So, we had one very great saint in Tamil Nadu by name Swami Dayananda Saraswati, Ashvidya Gurukulam. He initiated this process. He created one Acharya Sabha, that is Parliament of traditional Hindu Acharyas. As long as he was there, it ran very well, and that used to be the bouncing ground for government. If there is anything to do with Hinduism, consult them. What is their advice? But that now is a little not so actively functional. So we need some arrangement, there is no doubt. We don't have right now any such arrangement, unfortunately. Thank you. I'm sure you will have many questions, but somewhere we have to stop. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ramadhaji. I'm sure we have hundreds of questions more, but because of lack of time, we should end the question answer session now. When you spoke, one thing that we truly understood about you is what we heard just now was just a tip of the iceberg. There is so much to understand and so much to learn through your voice, and that's why I would extend this warm welcome to you again and again to this forum and enlighten us on many more topics in the upcoming days. And of course, in that journey, we will get ample opportunities to ask our questions privately as well. Now, there is one more speaker we all are waiting for. ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ನೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಕಲಾಕಾರರಾದಂತಹ ನಿರ್ದೇಶಕರಾದಂತಹ ಟಿ.ಎಸ್. ನಾಗಭರಣ ಸರ್ ಮಾತುಗಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅ ಫ್ಯಾನ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ನನಗೆ. ನನ್ನ ಮುಂದೆ ಟಿ.ಎಸ್. ನಾಗಭರಣ ಅವರು ಕೂತಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ನನಗೆ ಒಂಥರ ಫ್ಯಾನ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅವರ ಚಲನಚಿತ್ರಗಳನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ಬೆಳೆದಂಥವ್ರು ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ. ಅವರ ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನು ಕೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಉತ್ಸುಕರಾಗಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಐ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಟಿ.ಎಸ್. ನಾಗಭರಣ ಅವರು ಬಂದು ಒಂದೆರಡು ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನು ಆಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಅವರನ್ನು ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥಿಸ್ತಾರೆ.
ಜೈ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮ್. ನನಗೆ ಇವತ್ತೊಂದು ಅನಿರ್ವಚನೀಯವಾದ ಅನುಭವ. ಇಷ್ಟು ವರ್ಷಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಬೆಳೆದು ಬಂದ ಪರಿಸರ ಮತ್ತು ನನ್ನ ಮಾಧ್ಯಮ ಎರಡು ಒಂದು ಹೊಸ ಆಲೋಚನೆಗಳತ್ತ, ಹೊಸ ಯೋಚನೆಗಳತ್ತ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಕೊಂಡೊಯ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಕಾರಣ ಸರ್ ಜಿ ರಾಮ್ ಮಾಡೋಜಿ ನನ್ನ ನೆನಪಿನ ಅಂತರಾಳದಲ್ಲಿ ಇರಿಸಿದಂತಹ ಕ್ಷಣ. ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಈ ಚಿಂತನ ಮಂಥನದ 100ಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಆಭಾರಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಆಗಬಹುದು. ಮಂಥನದ ಕುಟುಂಬವೇ ಆಗಲೇ ಕ್ಷಣ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು, 50-60 ಜನ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಇವತ್ತು ಹಾಲು ತುಂಬಿದೆ. ಇನ್ನು ನಿರಂತರವಾಗಿ ಹಾಲು ತುಂಬಲಿ ಅಂತ ಆಶಿಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಮುಂದೆ ನೀವು ಪಂಚ ಪರಿವರ್ತನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೊರಡಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. ಅಷ್ಟು ಸುಲಭ ಅಲ್ಲ. 100 ವರ್ಷಗಳನ್ನು ಕ್ರಮಿಸಿರುವಂತಹ, 100 ಮಂಥನಗಳನ್ನು ಕ್ರಮಿಸಿರುವಂತಹ ಈ ಕುಟುಂಬಕ್ಕೆ ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಸವಾಲಿದೆ. ಆ ಸವಾಲು ಕೇವಲ ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕವಾದದ್ದಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಸಮಷ್ಟಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಆ ಸವಾಲನ್ನು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಎದುರಿಸಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಿರಂತರವಾಗಿ ಮಂಥನ ಆಗಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹೀಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಇಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಷಣದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಕೆಲವು ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನಷ್ಟೇ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೇನೆ. ಕಾರಣ ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ರಾಮ್ ಮಾಧವ್ಜಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಅಕ್ಷರವೂ ಕೂಡ ಅದು ಹಾಗೇ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಕಿವಿಯ ಒಳಗಿಂದ ನಿಧಾನವಾಗಿ ಹೃದಯಕ್ಕೆ ಇಳಿದು ಮನಸ್ಸಿನೊಳಗೆ ಚಲನವಾಗ್ತಾ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಅದರಿಂದ ಒಂದು ಸಂವಾದ ನಡೀತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಆ ಸಂವಾದವನ್ನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ವಾದ ವಿವಾದ ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಆದರೆ ಸಂವಾದ ಬಹಳ ಸಲ ಕಡಿಮೆ. ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಸಮನ್ವಯ ಸಾಧಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಸಂವಾದ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಸಂವಾದ ಬೇಡ, ವಿವಾದ ಬೇಕು. ಅದು ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಗಳಿಗೆಯಲ್ಲಂತೂ ವಿವಾದಕ್ಕೆ ಪೂರಕವಾಗಿಯೇ ಇದೆ. ಬಹಳ ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯಿಂದ ಮೇಲಿಂದ ಕೆಳಗಿನವರೆಗೂ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗುಂಡಿಗಳು ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಂತಹ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಯಾವುದನ್ನೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ? ನಾಡಿನ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳಿಗೆ ಉತ್ತರವೇನು? ಈ ನಾಡಿನ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳಿಗೆ ನಿಜ, ನಾಡಿನ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಕಾಣುವ ಹಾಗೆ ಕಾಣುವುದು ಕೆಲವೇ ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಕಾಣದ್ದು ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು. ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಕಂಡು ಕೂಡಲೇ ಅದನ್ನು ಎದುರಿಸ್ತೇವೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಆ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗೆ ಉತ್ತರವನ್ನು ಹುಡುಕ್ತೇವೆ. ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಕಾಣದಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿರಲ್ಲ. ಕಾರಣ ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮಂತಹ ಬುದ್ಧಿಜೀವಿಗಳು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಅಂತಹ ಬುದ್ಧಿಜೀವಿಗಳು ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನೀವೀಗ ಆ ಬುದ್ಧಿಜೀವಿಗಳ ಸವಾಲನ್ನು ಸ್ವೀಕರಿಸಬೇಕು. ಹೇಗೆ? ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಕವಾದ ಸಂವಿಧಾನ ಇದೆಯೇ? RSS ಒಂದು ಸಂವಿಧಾನಕ್ಕೆ RSS. ಸಾಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಕವಾದ ಸಂವಿಧಾನ ಇದೆಯೇ? ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇಲ್ಲವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಪರಂಪರೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಸಾಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಕ ಸಂವಿಧಾನ ಬಹಳ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಗತಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದೆ, ನಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದೆ. ಇವತ್ತಿಗೂ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಇಲ್ಲದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಟೆಂಪಲ್ ಯಾಕಬೇಕು, ಹಬ್ಬ ಯಾಕಬೇಕು, ಉತ್ಸವ ಯಾಕಬೇಕು? ಇವೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನ ಕೇವಲ ಒಂದು ಐಟಮ್ ಆಗಿ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡುವುದನ್ನು ಬಿಡಬೇಕು. ಅದರ ಹಿಂದಿರುವಂತಹ ಬೌದ್ಧಿಕವಾದಂತಹ, ಶೈಕ್ಷಣಿಕವಾದಂತಹ ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ನಾವು ರೀಚ್ ಆಗಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆಯೋ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾದಂತಹ ತಳಹದಿಯನ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ ಕಟ್ಟಿಕೊಟ್ಟರು ಅವರು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು. ಅಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಾಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಕ ಸಂವಿಧಾನವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಎತ್ತಿ ಹಿಡಿದ ಹಾಗಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದರ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ನಾವು ಹಿಂದುತ್ವವನ್ನು ಪ್ರತಿಪಾದಿಸಿದ ಹಾಗಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ನಾನು ಸುಮಾರು ಒಂದು 7 ವರ್ಷದವನಾಗಿದ್ದೆ. ನನ್ನ ಮನೆ ಚಾಮರಾಜಪೇಟೆಯ ಮೊದಲನೇ ರಸ್ತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎದುರುಗಡೆ ಕಾರ್ಪೊರೇಷನ್ ಮಿಡ್ಲ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓದೋದು ನಾನು 4ನೇ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಂತ ಅಥವಾ 3ನೇ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್. ನನ್ನ ಪಿ ಟಿ ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್ ಅವರು ಆ ಮಸೀದಿ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಲಾಠಿ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋರು, ಅವರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು 100 ಜನ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋರು, ಇಬ್ಬರು ಏನೇನೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ನಾನು ಹಾಲು ತರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ಅಂದು ನನಗೆ ಕಂಡ ಆ ಲಾಠಿ ಹಿಡಿದ ಆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ, ನನ್ನ ಪಿ ಟಿ ಮಾಸ್ಟರ್, ನನ್ನನ್ನು ನೀನು ಒಂದು ನಿಂತ್ಕೋ ಅಂದಾಗ ನಾನು ಆಟ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ. ಆದರೆ ಇವತ್ತು ಅದು ಆಟ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಪಠ್ಯ. ಆ ಪಠ್ಯವನ್ನು ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ನಮ್ಮದಾಗಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕು. ಅದರ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ನಾವು ಏನನ್ನು ಸಾಧಿಸಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆಯೋ ಆ ಗುರಿಯತ್ತ ಹೆಜ್ಜೆ ಹಾಕಬೇಕು. ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಸ್ವಯಂ ಸೇವಕರ ಸಂಘ, ಅದು ಸ್ವಯಂ ಸೇವಕರು, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬನೂ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾಯಕರು. ಈ ರೀತಿಯ ಒಂದು ಸಂವಿಧಾನವನ್ನು ಜನರಿಗಾಗಿ ಜನರಿಂದ ಅಂತ ಪ್ರಜಾಪ್ರಭುತ್ವವನ್ನು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವೋ ಅದನ್ನು ಅದು ತಾನಾಗಿ ಮೈಗೂಡಿಸಿಕೊಂಡು ಬೆಳೆದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಸಂಘ. ಹೀಗಾಗಿ 100 ವರ್ಷಗಳು ಯಾರು ಅದಕ್ಕೇನು ಹೇಳೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬೆಳೀತಾ ಬಂತು ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು ಕೊಂಬೆಗಳು, ಟಿಸಿಲುಗಳು ಒಂದೊಂದು ಎಷ್ಟೆಷ್ಟು ಬೆಳೆದು ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದರ ಬೇರುಗಳು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಆಳವಾಗಿ ಉಳಿದಿದೆ. ಇಂತಹ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಮರವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಯಾರೂ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲೂ ಅದರ ಕೊಂಬೆಯನ್ನು ಅಳ್ಳಾಡಿಸೋದಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಇಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಅದ್ಭುತವಾದ ಮರದ ಟಿಸಿಲುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಹಸಿರನ್ನು ಕಾಣಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ನಾಳೆಗೆ ಬೇಕು, ಭವಿಷ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ನಾವು ರಾಮ್ ಮಾಧವ್ಜಿಯಿಂದ ಈಗ ತಾನೇ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವರು ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಕನಸು ಕಾಣ್ತಾರೆ. ಎಲ್ಲವೂ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ನೀವು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಷ್ಟೆ. ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾಕೆ? ಶಠಂ ಪ್ರತಿ ಶಾಟ್ಯ, ಹೌದಾನೆ? ಇಲ್ಲ ಅದೇ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದೆಂಗಾಗುತ್ತೆ? ಪ್ರತಿಕ್ರಿಯೆ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ? ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೀವು ಪ್ರತಿಕ್ರಿಯೆನೇ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ, ಕ್ರಿಯೆ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಪ್ರತಿಕ್ರಿಯೆ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಪಹಲ್ಗಾಮ್ ಆದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಅದೇನಾದರೂ ಆಗದೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ಸಿಂಧು ಈಗ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರ? ಷಟಂ ಪ್ರತಿ ಶಾಟ್ಯಂ ಆಗಲೇಬೇಕು. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಅಗ್ರೆಸಿವ್ ಮೂಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಬೇಕೇ ಬೇಕು, ಅದು ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ಬಹಳ ಸಾತ್ವಿಕರು. ನಾವು ಬಹಳ ಸಾತ್ವಿಕರು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ತಮಟೆ ಮುಡಿತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಆ ತಮಟೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ಹಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ ಹಾಡು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಹಾಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇರೋಲ್ಲ. ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಬಂತು, ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂತು 40 ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಅವನು ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಅನ್ನೋದಷ್ಟೇ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಎಲ್ಲರನ್ನೂ ಒಳಗೊಳ್ಳುವ ಕ್ರಿಯೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಅವರನ್ನೂ ಒಳಗೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಕಾರಣ ಅವರೂ ಕೂಡ ಇಲ್ಲಿಯ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಪರಂಪರೆಯ ಶಿಶುಗಳೇ. ನಾವು ಇದನ್ನು ಮರೀತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಹೀಗಾಗಿ ಏನಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, RSS ಹಾಗಾದರೆ ಅದು ಒಂದು ಸಮುದಾಯ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಇಡೀ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಪರಂಪರೆಯ ದ್ಯೋತಕ, ಇಡೀ ಭಾರತೀಯರ ಸ್ವತ್ತು ಅದು ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಸಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. ಇದೊಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಕುಟುಂಬ. ಈ ಪರಂಪರೆಯ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿಯೇ ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂವಿಧಾನವನ್ನು ರೂಪಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು. ಅಂತಹ ಅದ್ಭುತವಾದ ಭವಿಷ್ಯದ ನಡೆಯತ್ತ ನಾವು ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಚರೈವತಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಇರ್ತೀವಿ. ನಿಜ, ನಡೆಯುವವನು ನಡೆದಾಡುತ್ತಿರುತ್ತಾನೆ, ಮಲಗಿರುವವನು ಮಲಗಿಯೇ ಇರುತ್ತಾನೆ. ಅವನಿಗೆ ಹೇಳೋದೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಡೆಯುವವನು ನಡೆದಾಡುತ್ತಿರುತ್ತಾನೆ, ಮುನ್ನಡೆಯುತ್ತಾನೆ. ಈ ನಡಿಗೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಓಟವನ್ನು ಈಗ ಸೇರಿಸಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. 100 ವರ್ಷ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇನ್ನು 100 ವರ್ಷ ಕಾಯಬೇಕಾ? ಖಂಡಿತ ಸಾಧ್ಯ. ಇನ್ನು ಕೇವಲ 5 ವರ್ಷ ಕಾಯಬೇಕು, ಅಥವಾ ನಾಳೆಗೆ ಕಾಯಬೇಕು. ನಾಳೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಓಟಿಗೆ ಕಾಯಬೇಕು. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರು ಯೋಚಿಸಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಫ್ರೀಬಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದು ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಯೋಚನೆ ಕೇವಲ ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯ ಯೋಚನೆ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು, ಇಡೀ ಸಮುದಾಯದ ಯೋಚನೆ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಇಡೀ ಸಮುದಾಯ ಅಂದಾಗ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ಪ್ರಜೆಯ ಯೋಚನೆ. ಇಂತಹ ಯೋಚನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಸದಾ ಕಾಲ ನಾವು ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬನೇ ಹೋಗಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಅಗ್ರೆಸಿವ್ ಆಗಿ ತುಂಬಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ, ನಿಧಾನವಾಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಸರ್ವೇ ಜನ ಸುಖಿನೋ ಭವಂತು ಅಂತ ಬಾಯಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದಷ್ಟೇ ಸುಲಭವಾಗಿ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಇವತ್ತಿಗೂ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅಹಿಂದ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ದಲಿತ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಬಂಡಾಯ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮತ್ತೊಂದಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾರು? ಎಲ್ಲಿಯವರು? ನಮ್ಮವರೇ, ಭಾರತೀಯರೇ, ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಇರುವವರೇ. ಹಾಗಾದರೆ ಅವರು ಇಲ್ಲಿರಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ? ಹಾಗೆ ಇರುವ ಹಾಗೆ ಮಾಡುವುದೇ ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಂಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ, ಕಣ್ಣಿಗೆ ಕಂಡದ್ದನ್ನು ಎರಡನ್ನೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಯನ್ನು ಕಾಣದ ಹಾಗೆ ತಿರುಚುವುದು ನಡೀತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಕ್ರಿಸ್ತನಾಗಿರ್ತಾನೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕಣ್ಣೆದುರಿಗೆ ಅವನು ಡ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ, ಭರತನಾಟ್ಯ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಯ ತಿರುಚುವಿಕೆ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ನಡೀತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಡೆ ಅದರ ನಾಶ ನಡೀತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿಯ ನಾಶ, ನಮ್ಮ ಎದುರಿಗೆ ಏನಾದರೂ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ತಲೆ ತೆಗಿತೀವಿ ಅನ್ನುವಂತಹ ನಾಶ. ಈ ಎರಡರ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ನೀವು ಹೇಗಿರಬೇಕು, ನಾವು ಹೇಗಿರಬೇಕು, ಇದು ಭವಿಷ್ಯದ ನಡೆ. ಇದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಎಚ್ಚರಿಕೆ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಸಿದ್ಧತೆಯ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಬದ್ಧತೆ ನಮ್ಮದಾಗಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಆಸೆಯೊಂದಿಗೆ, ಕನಸಿನೊಂದಿಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಚಿಂತನ ಮಂಥನದ ನೂರು RSSನ 100 ಸಮೀಕರಿಸಿದ ಅದ್ಭುತ ಕ್ಷಣಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಕಾರಣೀಭೂತರಾಗಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಶುಭವಾಗಲಿ. ಜೈ ಹಿಂದ್.
ನುಡಿದರೆ ಮುತ್ತಿನ ಹಾರದಂತಿರಬೇಕಂತೆ. TS ನಾಗಾಭರಣ ಸರ್ ಅವರು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ ಕನ್ನಡನೇ ಸುಂದರ ಅನಿಸುತ್ತೆ, ಕಿವಿಗೆ ಇಂಪಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ ಮಾತಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿರೋದು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಚುಟುಕಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾದ್ರೂ 3 ಸಾಗರ 100 ಮಂದಿರ ದೈವ ಸಾಸಿರವಿದ್ದರೆ, ಗಂಗೆ ಇದ್ದರೆ ತುಂಗೆ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಗಿರಿ ಹಿಮಾಲಯವಿದ್ದರೆ, ಶಸ್ತ್ರವಿದ್ದರೆ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರವಿದ್ದರೆ ಘನ ಪರಂಪರೆ ಇದ್ದರೆ, ಏನು ಸಾರ್ಥಕ ಮನೆಯ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಮಲಗಿ ನಿದ್ರಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಂಥ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ನಾವಾಗದೆ ಈ ಭಾರತವನ್ನು ಉದ್ದೀಪನಗೊಳಿಸುವಂಥ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ನಾವಾಗೋಣ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಮಾತನ್ನ ನಿಮ್ಮಿಂದ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು ಸರ್, ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಉದ್ದೇಶಿಸಿ ಮಾತಾಡಿ. ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಕೊನೆಗೆ ನಾವು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಒಂದು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದಂಥ ಭಾಗ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ವಂದನಾರ್ಪಣೆಯನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಈಗ ನರೇಶ್ ಅವರನ್ನ ನಾನು ವೇದಿಕೆಗೆ ಆಹ್ವಾನಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ.
ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಕಡೆಯ ಹಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೀಗ ವಂದನ. ಮೊದಲಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂತೋಷದಿಂದ ಬಂದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶನವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದಂತಹ ಇಂದಿನ ಮಂಥನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಅತಿಥಿಗಳಾದ ಶ್ರೀಯುತ TS ನಾಗಾಭರಣ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಮಂಥನ ದಾಸರಳ್ಳಿಯ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕವಾದ ವಂದನೆಗಳನ್ನು ಅರ್ಪಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಶ್ರೀಯುತರಿಗೆ ಶ್ರೀಯುತ ಶಿವಲಿಂಗಯ್ಯನವರು ನೆನಪಿನ ಕಾಣಿಕೆ ನೀಡಬೇಕಾಗಿ ವಿನಂತಿ. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಇಂದಿನ ಮಂಥನದ ವಕ್ತಾರರಾಗಿ ಆಗಮಿಸಿರುವಂತಹ ಶ್ರೀಯುತ ರಾಮ್ ಮಾಧವ್ಜಿ ಸುವಿಸ್ತಾರವಾಗಿ ಸಂಘ ನಡೆದು ಬಂದಂತಹ ಹಾದಿ 100 ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಪ್ರಯಾಣ ಸುವಿಸ್ತಾರವಾಗಿ ತಿಳಿಸಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಪಾತ್ರ ಏನು ಅಂತ ತಿಳಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಂತಹ ವಕ್ತಾರರಾದಂತಹ ಶ್ರೀಯುತ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ರಾಮ್ ಮಾಧವ್ ಅವರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಮಂಥನ ದಾಸರಳ್ಳಿಯ ವೇದಿಕೆ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕವಾದ ವಂದನೆಗಳು. ಶ್ರೀಯುತರು ಶರಣೈಜಿ ಅವರು ಶ್ರೀಯುತರಿಗೆ ನೆನಪಿನ ಕಾಣಿಕೆ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗಿ ವಿನಂತಿ. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಇಂದಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ನಡೆಸಿಕೊಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಥಳಾವಕಾಶ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಂತಹ ಸೌಂದರ್ಯ ಸಮೂಹ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ, ಇದರ ಆಡಳಿತ ಮಂಡಳಿ ಮತ್ತು ಸಹಕಾರ ಸಿಬ್ಬಂದಿ ವರ್ಗದವರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಮಂಥನ ವೇದಿಕೆ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕವಾದ ವಂದನೆಗಳು. ಇಂದಿನ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಭೋಜನದ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಟಂತಹ ಶ್ರೀಯುತ ರಂಗನಾಥ್ ಮತ್ತು ಕುಟುಂಬದವರು ಸೌಂದರ್ಯ ಬಡಾವಣೆ ಇವರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಮಂಥನದ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ಉತ್ಸವವಾದ ವಂದನೆಗಳು. ಹಾಗೂ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಮಿಸಿರುವ ಸಾಹಿತಿಗಳು, ಚಿಂತಕರು, ಮಾಧ್ಯಮ ಮಿತ್ರರು, ಲೇಖಕರು ಮತ್ತು ಆರಕ್ಷಕ ಸಿಬ್ಬಂದಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಮಂಥನ ವೇದಿಕೆ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕವಾದ ವಂದನೆಗಳು. ಹಾಗೂ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಕ್ಷವಾಗಿ ಪರೋಕ್ಷವಾಗಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಿದ ಮತ್ತು ಸಹಕರಿಸಿದ ಸಜ್ಜನ ಬಂಧುಗಳಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಮಂಥನ ವೇದಿಕೆ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಹೃತ್ಪೂರ್ವಕವಾದ ವಂದನೆಗಳು.
ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ವಂದೇ ಮಾತರಂನಿಂದ ಪೂರ್ಣಗೊಳಿಸೋಣ. ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದಂತಹ ಒಂದೆರಡು ಕೊನೆಯ ಸೂಚನೆಗಳು. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಊಟ ಪ್ರಸಾದ ಅಂದರೆ ಅನ್ನ ಪ್ರಸಾದದ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ಫ್ಲೋರ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರು ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಊಟವನ್ನು ಸ್ವೀಕರಿಸಿ ಹೋಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ತಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಆಡಿಟೋರಿಯಂನ ಹೊರಗೆ, ಸಭಾಂಗಣದ ಹೊರಗೆ ಜಾಯಿನ್ RSSಗೆ ಜೋಡಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತಿರೋರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು QR ಕೋಡಿನ ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಮಾಡಲಾಗಿದೆ. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ QR ಕೋಡ್ನ ಸ್ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಅದರ ಮೂಲಕ ನೀವು ಅದರ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ಗಳಿಗೆ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆಗಬಹುದಾಗಿದೆ. ಇನ್ನು 4 ದಿವಸ ಹಾಗೆ ಆಡಿಟೋರಿಯಂನ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಪುಸ್ತಕ ಪ್ರದರ್ಶನ ಕೂಡ ಇದೆ. ಹೀಗಾಗಿ ತಾವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೊತ್ತಾದರೂ ಈ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳು ಏನು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದನ್ನು ನೋಡೋದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಕೊಂಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂಥದ್ದು ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಹಾಗೆ ಇನ್ನು 3-4 ದಿವಸದಲ್ಲಿ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಹಬ್ಬ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ದೀಪಾವಳಿ ಆಯಿತು, ದಸರಾ ಆಯಿತು, ಇನ್ಯಾವುದು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕನ್ನಡ ರಾಜ್ಯೋತ್ಸವ. ಈ ಕನ್ನಡ ರಾಜ್ಯೋತ್ಸವದ ಪ್ರಯುಕ್ತ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೋತ್ಥಾನ ಸಾಹಿತ್ಯ ಪರಿಷತ್ ವತಿಯಿಂದ ಪುಸ್ತಕ ಹಬ್ಬ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಕನ್ನಡ ಪುಸ್ತಕ ಹಬ್ಬ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಆಯೋಜಿಸಲಾಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇದು 5ನೇ ವರ್ಷದ ಕನ್ನಡ ಪುಸ್ತಕ ಹಬ್ಬ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಯದುವೀರ್ ಕೃಷ್ಣದತ್ತ ಚಾಮರಾಜ ಒಡೆಯರ್ ಅವರು ಕೂಡ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದು ಕೇಶವ ಶಿಲ್ಪದಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆಯೋದಿದೆ. ಕೇಶವ ಶಿಲ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಕೆಂಪೇಗೌಡ ನಗರದಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ಕೇಶವ ಶಿಲ್ಪದಲ್ಲಿ ನವೆಂಬರ್ 1ನೇ ತಾರೀಕಿಂದ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭವಾಗಿದೆ. ಹೀಗಾಗಿ ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕನ್ನಡ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಪ್ರೀತಿ. ಆದರೆ ಕನ್ನಡ ಬರೀ ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್ ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಉಳಿದೆ. ಕನ್ನಡ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನದ ಭಾಗವಾಗಲಿ. ನೀವು ಹೋಗೋದ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಪರಿವಾರದ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಖಂಡಿತವಾಗ್ಲೂ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳನ್ನು, ಸಾಹಿತ್ಯವನ್ನು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಕೊಂಡುಕೊಳ್ಳೋದ್ರ ಮೂಲಕ ಅದರ ಕಡೆ ನಾವು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ತುಂಬೋಣ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಉದ್ದೇಶಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಈಗ ವಂದೇ ಮಾತರಂ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಬೇಕಾಗಿ ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಲೋಕೇಶ್ ಕುರೆಂಡ ವಂದೇ ಮಾತರಂ.
ವಂದೇ ಮಾತರಂ, ವಂದೇ ಮಾತರಂ. ಸುಜಲಾಂ ಸುಫಲಾಂ ಮಲಯಜ ಶೀತಲಾಂ ಸಸ್ಯ ಶ್ಯಾಮಲಾಂ ಮಾತರಂ. ವಂದೇ ಶುಭ್ರಜ್ಯೋತ್ಸ್ನಾ ಪುಲಕಿತಯಾಮಿನೀ ಫುಲ್ಲಕುಸುಮಿತದ್ರುಮದಲಶೋಭಿನೀ ಸುಹಾಸಿನೀ ಸುಮಧುರಭಾಷಿಣೀ ಸುಖದಾ ವರದಾ ಮಾತರಂ. ವಂದೇ ಕೋಟಿ ಕೋಟಿ ಕಂಠ ಕಲ ಕಲ ನಿನಾದ ಕರಾಲೆ ಕೋಟಿ ಕೋಟಿ ಭುಜೈರ್ಧೃತ ಖರ ಖರ ವಾಲೆ ಅಬಲಾಗಿನ ಮಾಯತೋ ಬಲೆ ಬಹುಬಲ नमामि तारिणी रिपुदलवारिणी मातरं वन्दे मातरं। तुमि विद्या तुमि धर्म तुमि हृदि तुमि मर्म त्वं हि प्राणा शरीरे बाहुते तुमि मा शक्ति हृदये तुमि मा भक्ति तो मारई प्रतिमा गड़ी मंदिरे मंदिरे वंदे मातरम्। त्वं हि दुर्गा दश प्रहरणधारिणी कमला कमलदल विहारिणी वाणी विद्यादायिनी नमामि त्वां नमामि कमलाम् अमलाम् अतुलाम् सुजलां सुफलां मातरं वन्दे मातरं। श्यामलां सरलां सुस्मितां भूषितां धरणीं भरणीं मातरं वन्दे मातरं।